I took complete and utter control of the center in this game, but with great space comes great responsibility. This is round 2 of the Myerstown Winter Swiss, and I'm playing against a floored 1400. So I lost to a national master in round 1, so I'm playing against a 1400 in round 2. So wide variety of players I'm playing against in this tournament. And I start out with e4, and opponent plays e5, and we go into the Italian. This is the main thing I like to play. He played bishop c5, and I play c3. So I'm going to try to capture the center early on, and he allows me to. He plays a very unusual move. He plays a6, which is absolutely wild. Yeah, and the idea is that after d4, he trades pawns, and then goes bishop a7. And this just cannot be good. I just have this complete uninterrupted center here, and it's very good for me. And I decide to expand immediately with the move d5, forcing his knight to move. If he goes to knight a5, attacking my bishop, I can probably just play bishop d3, and I'm threatening to trap the knight with b4 on the next move. And he can't go forward with his knight anywhere. I guess maybe he could go knight b4, although no, he can't. His knight is still trapped. So he goes knight e7. That's the only move for the knight. And I castle, and he puts his other knight out, and I also kick that. So my play is very simple. Like, I took the center, I hit a piece with tempo, I castled, I hit a piece with tempo, and he had to move his knight again. And probably in this position, I should not rush. I don't need to rush to attack this knight. Because I do end up playing h3, and he doesn't have any good options. He can either sacrifice a knight for this pawn, which is not good, or allow his pawns to be doubled and isolated on the h-file, which is probably his best move. Or he can sacrifice his knight for his knight and bishop for the rook. So I get 2 pieces for the rook, which should be better for white, especially since I have this massive center as well. So it's definitely good for me. But I probably didn't need to rush. I think probably a move like either bishop g5 or bishop f4, just continue my development. I mean, look how beautiful this is. And I'm going to play knight c3 in the next move. And like, how often do you see a beautiful center like this? So I think I could have played like that. Maybe I also could have played d6 as another potential move. Not sure what he would have done. Like, maybe he probably doesn't want to take, so maybe he would have gone knight c6. And maybe now I can go bishop g5. Like, maybe this is the way I should have played. And now he has to go f6, and now his king's open, he can't castle. But instead of that, like, I'm feeling very confident at this point. The time control for this game is game in 40 delay 5. So I'm playing relatively fast. My opponent literally just allowed me to push d4, e4, d5, and e5. So I'm feeling very confident. So I'm just making moves fast, and I play h3. But I think, like I said, d6 and then bishop g5, something along those lines was probably the way for me to go. But instead, I just give him easy play. This position is still great for me, that being said. And he just castles. And I just need to finish development, play knight c3, put my bishop out somewhere, maybe still play d6 at this point. Maybe d6 is still a really good move that I probably should have considered, just gaining more space. And I don't think it's bad at all. And now it's going to be harder for him to develop his light square bishop as well, since my pawn squishes his pawn on d7. But instead I play bishop d5 immediately, because he can't play f6, because I'm going to play d6 check, attacking his knight, which will then threaten his queen, so I'll just be up a piece. So I thought bishop d5 was a nice active move, pinning his knight to his queen, but he plays d6. And I don't want to play e6, because he could play f6, which would be good for me, but he could also just take, opening up his rook. And if I take, he can play d5 next move, or now I guess, and then win this e6 pawn probably, and finish his development, which is not what I want. So my idea was, I'm just going to play knight c3, and he still can't take, because after I take, he's not threatening this fork. I guess he can take, but like, it's not that he can't take, but he's not threatening f6 at the end because I have d6 once again. But he plays a very, very simple move. After knight c3, he just plays king h8. So now the idea is that after d6, let's say I play king g1 in the game, which was a mistake, because I allow him to take and now fork, and now d6 is no longer a check. And I don't know why I was so stubborn about this. Like, I knew his idea was to take the sting out of d6 not being a check anymore. Like, I know that was the idea, but I was like, I'm going to play it anyways. Which is not good, and this is not a good position for me now. So I play king g1, and this all happens in the game, and I do play d6. Because d6, at the very least, like if he takes my bishop, then I take his knight. And if he takes me, then I can take, and this is just good for me. In this case, I play this and this, winning the rook here. So, like, that's good. And if he takes here, I still have 2 pieces for the rook. But instead of that, he plays a better move, which I think the best move is probably queen takes d6, offering a queen trade. Because now if I play knight f7 check, after rook takes, I have to trade queens here. And he's just up 2 pawns. Like, he's legitimately just up 2 pawns. And maybe I'll be okay. But I don't think so. Like, luckily, this pawn is isolated, and this pawn is doubled, and these 2 g pawns are doubled. So his extra 2 pawns aren't really as felt as they could be. But I do not want to put myself in this situation. So I think that was the best way to go, because if I trade queens immediately, then knight f7 check, I guess we still reach the same position, I suppose, where he's up 2 pawns. But yeah, I think queen takes d6 was the best move. Because we're going to reach an endgame where he's up 2 pawns. But he takes with a pawn, which means he's not forcing a queen trade. But I do end up playing knight f7 check, and after he takes, I takes, and he takes the bishop. I think he should take the bishop here. And he's still up 2 pawns, but here I still have my queen. I can still maybe ask some problems, develop my queen here, bring my rook to the e file, maybe put a knight on d5 eventually. I don't know when, but yeah, I mean, I think I'm surviving for at least a little bit longer at the bare minimum. But he makes an interesting decision to go queen b6 check. So not take the bishop on g5 immediately, but throw in this check. And I think this is actually a mistake, because now I play king h8. And now after he takes on g5, this knight is loose on e7, and he hasn't finished development. So he has back rank checkmate issues. So I play queen e2, attacking the knight. And if we move the knight, it's going to be back rank checkmate. So he defends. But now I attack the knight again, and he's forced to lose a piece, which is crazy. So just like instant rewind here for a second. If he had just taken the bishop immediately, now queen e2 does not come with tempo, and he can now just develop his bishop like to f5, for example. And if I try to double up, he can move his knight to g6, just as an example, and there's no back rank checkmate because now his rook and queen guard the back rank. So this is the way he had to play, I think. Yeah, like that's really the only way to survive. But he makes one lazy move, which is great because it matches my lazy moves, and I'm just winning now. I just win his piece, and that's that. Like, he has to play a move like g6 to make space for his king, and I just take, and he's still not even finished development yet. He doesn't even have any good squares for his bishop, like legitimately. Like, even if it goes bishop f5, I could consider g4. And where does he put his bishop? Maybe we could go bishop d3. But I can probably either bring my knight in, or I could go bishop d5, or I could just take the pawn immediately. Everything's winning. So he ends up going king g7. And now I could do some discover checks potentially. Move my bishop to attack the king. And I was thinking about it. I decided to play knight d5. I thought about the move bishop e6 check. Because of king h6, and I just pin the bishop to the rook, and this is completely winning. But I was like, okay, king f6, but then knight d5 check, defending the rook, attacking the king. And I'm like, okay, this is probably very good for me. But it just like all seemed too complicated. So, well, not too complicated, but I didn't like how I had to think. So I just played knight d5. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to conserve my energy. There's 2 more rounds of chess to be played after this one. So I need to just play quickly, play good moves. It's a completely winning position. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. So knight d5, defending the rook, getting my knight closer. I can hop it in potentially. He plays king h6. And I thought here for a bit because I was trying to find a really cool forced checkmate, but I couldn't find any forced checkmate. I did end up playing bishop g8 just to see if I could end the game immediately, but he kicks out a window for his king, and I try to close that. And if I try to close that window with h4, threatening checkmate now again, then he can play g5. And I was like, is this really a good transformation of the position? Like, am I getting any closer to checkmate? Like, probably not. So it's probably not worth it for me to do. So after g4, I just play knight b6, because now after rook b8, I play rook e8, and everything's pinned. He takes on h3. I take back, and he doesn't. He still can't save his pieces, and I win the bishop and the rook here, and now I just have 2 minor pieces, and the game ends in a nice style. He starts pushing his pawns. I bring my king up to his king. I'm not trying to win his pawns and promote. I'm trying to get an immediate checkmate here. I bring my knight up, and I give a bishop check, and knight f5 checkmate here. So bishop and knight checkmate with the help of his own pawns. Nice way to end the game. And yeah, I don't have games like this very often. I'm pretty disappointed with myself. Like, I really just had to think for a minute and just be like, wait a second. I could chase the knight around. This is not bad. But why don't I just absolutely end the game right here with d6? Like, I really do think, because what is he going to do? I guess he could play knight f5 maybe, but still, there's this move. And h3 is a very lazy move. And talking about lazy, oh my gosh, king g1, just being down 2 pawns, like, that's absolutely horrible. I mean, I guess I didn't have any sense of danger, because, you know, I felt good enough about my position, or I felt confident enough, I should say. But yeah, I got lucky. He made this blunder, queen b6 check, just a straight up blunder, because now queen e2 comes with a tempo, rook e1 comes with a tempo, and he can't save everything. So that's the game. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and I will hit the game review. Alright, I have to look at this mistake here. So this position is about equal because of the move knight g8. I'm down 2 pawns, but all of his pieces on the back rank, and he survives. Yeah, that's wild. I mean, knight g8. I think he could have found it because there's no other move to find. But wow, I can't believe that. Oh, wow.